know audio better than me. You should see if you think that we're peaking.
I think it's fine.
And then I think it's mostly fine.
I really, really wanted to scream into the microphone for a second. But like full scream. Like I really wanted to.
I still can't full scream in a house. It just feels wrong.
Yeah, that's what stopped me from. I was like, I can't do this. I know your mum is somewhere.
I know your mom is somewhere.
I know your mom is somewhere, dude.
Okay. I feel like that's the same, but now we have to clap together anyway. I know your mom is somewhere.
I know your mom is somewhere.
Speaking of moms.
Whoa. Oh my god, I never stopped last. No, I stopped it, but I didn't lap it. So it was just like an hour 28. Okay, 3, 2, 1. That was so insane.
That was really good. We're getting so good at that.
We're getting so good at that.
Being the best. Okay, guys.
We can't just mock American accents for the first part of this podcast. As much as I really, really want to.
Whose American accent do you like to mock?
Oh, all of them, really.
Who do you
Southern
baseline?
accent? I don't feel like I base it on any specific person.
Okay.
You know, I just, you know.
Do you know
The Muffin Man?
the Muffin Man?
The Muffin Man.
The supervisor at uni, who has crazy accent. Name is.
Yes, I know who you're talking about. Yes, yeah.
You can cut that out.
Yeah, I will.
But me and Forrest, he was like talking to us for like an hour.
Yeah.
And within the first 10 minutes, he was like, huh? Because this guy speaks in what you'd guess would be, I pinned it as Midwest or Canadian.
Mm.
Like it's got Midwestern tones, but it's like Canadian and
it's not
vibes.
like super harsh.
No, so it felt like I was like, oh, this is Canadian. But then some of his words are just so Australian or so Kiwi.
Oh,
So he'll be like, I can't replicate it, but it'll be like in his American like Western like tone, and then he'll be like, yeah, he'll say tone, like or like.
So it's like the opposite of me,
right.
Basically.
It's the opposite of you. He's got like this like, he'll be talking in this certain way, and then he'll say, I don't know. And he says that I don't know. I can't. If I do this too much, it freaks me out. But he talks he like speaks in this Midwestern accent, and then he like will bring it. It'll just be like out of nowhere. It'll be like, and I'm really Scottish. See how like if I it'd be interesting if I just try and like talk in different tones and different patterns, and then see what happens. I'm actually gonna do a whole episode.
I was gonna say the accent episode.
Well, the thing is that Lucas is used to this because in Dungeons and Dragons I was in a character called Gus, and I'm shifting into Gus's accent because it's like, for me, the difference between if I'm doing a Scottish or an Irish accent. For Irish accents, I like, again, it's not good. It's not good. Ugh, fuck me. But usually I bring a high register. But for Gus, I was like, he's a man, so I have to like lower his voice. So it's kind of like Gus's voice was kind of like this. But still, I'm not that good at a Scottish accent because all I'm doing is picking up sounds from family and TV shows that I've watched.
That's kind of I feel like the way to do it though.
But like also my Scottish family, a Scottish family who's lived in New Zealand all of their lives, some of them have very thick Scottish accents, but yeah. After I start speaking a Scottish accent, it feels really like sad to go back to my normal one.
You're just stuck in Scottish.
Like I won't do this to the listeners because I just think that's a bit cruel, but it's really fun.
Yeah, I think the two easiest accents in my mind are Southern, and then that specific type of British that's just sort of fucked.
What?
Do you know what
like
I mean?
Posh British.
No. The opposite. You know, where it's like you talk like this, and then it's like all lazy and sort of like, and then I said, and then I hit him in the face, and I was like, oh, let's go get a beer.
So
that's
like
sort
a
of
Cockney accent, but not.
Yeah.
Like it's an amalgamation of sounds that you would hear in that sort of TV.
It's like it's
genre.
British, but
I think that there's this one person on. I'm unconnected.
Oh shit!
It's not even connected. I'm gonna connect myself up.
Gotta connect it, but yeah, because I did a play once where we were all English, and I ran with that accent for the whole play. Like, because we were meant to be English and we were meant to find our own English accents, and I came in with that day one, and they were like, yeah, Lucas, this works. And like 3 of the other ones did like dialect coaching, and they were like, yeah, Lucas can run that accent. And I was like, okay. Yay.
I'm trying to one-handed click. There we go. I could just take it off. There was what am I even fucking saying?
Accents.
Oh, there's this person on TikTok who talks about accents, and she has like 50 in her register that she can just do.
Whoa.
And she would like say a word in every single one of them, or say a sentence in all of them. And then she did a video talking about the different changes and how like in hers she'll have Australian, New Zealand, French, Italian, New York, Midwest, California, Canada, like that. But then she'll have Birmingham, Essex, like Lancashire, like Manchester, like will just have like it very much has it because all of the accents in the UK are so very specifically different. Like a Brummy accent is very
crazy.
different to
It's really interesting.
a Mancunian accent, so it's like funny. And like I have tones of Manc in my voice, but I wouldn't know how to pull them out. I wouldn't know what parts of it is. Because again, have we talked about the accents on the podcast yet?
I don't think so.
Because I think this is interesting. When I was like, people my whole life have always been like, "What is your accent?" Like,
same.
Where is it?
For
where
different
are you from?
reasons, but
for different
yeah.
reasons. Because, and for me, I used to explain it as being, I watched a lot of Charlie and Lola as a child. So when I was a kid, I had a Charlie and Lola accent. Like my voice mimicked the characters in the show. This is my no, that's Peppa Pig.
That is Peppa Pig.
This is my little
brother George.
And this is Lola. And my name is Charlie. And this is my little sister Lola. Like, I had that Lola, like that tone. And so I was mimicking that. And then, I don't know why I mimicked that and not Adventure Time. I watched just enough of that. But also, my dad's Manchester accent, my mum's Kiwi accent. But her Kiwi accent with Scottish parents. So, like, a weird balance. And then I used to always say it was because I went to a really multicultural primary school, which is like because I was one of 10. It was so multicultural, like there were maybe one of 10 white kids in my year. So like lots of Pakistani and Indian and Chinese and Māori and Pacifica, and so a lot of it was like there was no firm accent to cling to.
Yeah,
like
right.
I wasn't learning how the people were speaking because
everyone was speaking
differently. And only recently I found out when I was telling that to someone who also went to my primary school, is that they were studying it in high school, is that Mount Roscoe is a suburb that I went to primary school in, and what am I talking about? Mount Roscoe has its own accent.
It's like the shore.
Like literally, yeah. So within Auckland, Mount Roscoe is, because it's such a multicultural area, like such a dense multicultural area, it has its own accent, a Mount Roscoe accent. Like,
basically for the opposite reason of the shore, I feel.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, my accent is just. Yeah, I was like, it's not that bad. And then one time I was sitting in a thrift shop with one of my exes was trying on clothes, and the worker is making small talk with me because I'm just the only other person in the store, and she goes, "Oh, where are you from?" And I go, "Auckland." And she goes, "No, like, where are you from?" And I was like, "The North Shore." And she goes, "No, like, where's your accent from?" And I'm like, "What accent?" And it was crazy because I was like, if I was anything other than white, this would be really disrespectful. But I'm white, so she could ask me where my accent is from. And I think I just watch too much American media on YouTube. Yeah. And I think it's gotten worse recently as well, because like I'll be watching my like Instagram story videos and I'll be like, "Oh, bro, hit that R pretty hard there." like I'll hit it really harshly, and it's like, yeah, okay, I guess I'm living with this, and I want to consciously pull myself out of it, but I can't be bothered.
It's not something you really like. I think the only way to do that would be to vocal train in different accents so that you can tell what accent what your voice is doing.
Yeah.
Because I find it so interesting, but I also don't understand it enough. Like, I can kind of, because I've done a Scottish accent, I kind of just change the vowel sounds, but I don't actually know what my mouth is doing. I just can feel it. But some people know exactly how to make that shift.
Yeah, but then like a couple weeks ago, no, I think it was probably a couple months at this point, I got this TikTok video and it was this girl being like the North Shore accent, and it was almost exactly how I spoke, and I was like, fuck, I just have
the North Shore.
The North Shore accent, which is the white people's suburb, basically. Not fully, but like it's a more most of it. The parts you think of when you say North Shore are like more expensive type shit.
Yeah.
And shore girls sure can.
The whole from offshore.
But yeah, it's like I'm gonna bring up heated rivalry again
Yes.
because it's topical and we're talking about accents. It's like how when I'll see Connor Story talk about getting
Connor
his Russian
Story.
accent
Yeah.
in like not much time at all, and I'm like, that's crazy.
That's
His
crazy.
Russian accent, like Russian speakers have said that it's good as hell,
Yeah.
and it's like
Also,
crazy.
when you see his accent and the way that it is, like him speaking in interviews, it is
Yeah,
so
it's
different.
so different.
And I wonder.
Because he's Texan, right?
I think so.
I think so.
Like, I wonder if that makes it easier than if you were Californian trying to do a Georgian accent. I don't know the difference. I'm sure there is one. Like, how
For a bit, there was a D&D character that I wanted to have a Californian accent for, and I like
California.
studied so many videos, and I was like, this is like
Neutral.
it's not super neutral, but it's too neutral that I can't consciously put myself into it.
That's what I'm saying. But mouth sounds like if you know
Yeah.
exactly how you need to shift it.
Like, I think that's why like a more southern accent is good, because they like hit all their vowels and all their R's real hard, and they like talk in like a drawl, and so it's easier to replicate because it's like so different from my normal
Yeah.
way of speaking.
I think language and dialect is really interesting for children. Like my teacher, one of my favorite teachers from high school, they had a baby. When I was like thinking, I was like, oh, their baby's like super fresh. Like in my brain.
That baby's super fresh.
Well, I just remember the baby being born and then seeing the baby like when they were like a few months, like
Yeah.
6 months old. But it's now been a year since I've been out of school, which means that they are at least
At least a year
18,
old.
like they're like over, like I remember their birth, like they're almost 2,
Yeah.
like they're almost 2. And there was a video of them on my teacher's partner story. Yes,
It's crazy you follow your teacher and your teacher's partner.
that's because my teacher's partner is really cool.
Yeah, normal, yeah.
And we met at the end of the year at the graduation, and then my teacher and them went to Bali and spent the whole summer. No, not Bali. They were in Malaysia. I was like, Indonesia? No, Malaysia. They were in Malaysia, in Kuala Lumpur, and they spent the whole time there, and both of them were posting like vlogs and reels of the day, and like I wanted to see what they were up to, and because I was like, I want to know what Malaysia's like. Anyway, I don't need to explain myself. Yes, I do. But she posted a video of the baby, and like he was speaking like Taro in the video, and I know that because my teacher's partner is Māori, and my teacher has like Māori ancestry and wasn't raised Māori or speaking Māori, was raised in a white family, but they're both of them. It was really important to them. They wanted to raise their baby as Māori first, as Te Reo Māori first language,
Yeah.
and then like they'll learn English in school, but they want them to be speaking.
Which is, I think,
I know that I remember that being like quite hard for my teacher at the time. They were like having a rough time with it because it was so important to them, but they were struggling with it. Like speaking only in Māori to their baby was like they'd been like doing classes, but when it came down to it, they felt like they were failing as a parent at one of their main goals. And I'm like, that's what's such an interesting with language, because we were like, we've had the conversation of wanting to
raise our kid with like at least one other language, but
and
we don't. Neither of us
of
speak
us-
another language super fluently.
yeah,
Like I know French like enough, but not a huge amount.
that's the thing for me. Is it's like I want to, like, the languages that I've learned a bit of is I learned a little bit of French, a little bit of Samoan, not enough to like that. That was
Yeah.
only in like primary and intermediate, and I took Te Reo Māori for 2 years in high school, which I'm very glad I did, like for cultural understanding. But I don't have enough to like
Yeah.
like I wouldn't have enough to raise my child that way in a like a
It's like those where there will be
sense.
households where like the mum will speak one language, the dad will speak one language, and then they'll also both speak English. And to like the baby has to speak to mum in like Spanish and the dad in like French. And I think that's a really interesting way to do it.
I think that's really interesting,
But-
because also in that way it can train, because I think that would be what, like, I've seen videos of kids who are multilingual, and they will blend languages. like especially if it's something like French and Italian, which have
which are super similar.
which are super similar.
I spent 2 terms in high school learning French and Spanish at the same time. And they're different languages, but they're so similar that it was like I failed Spanish, but I passed French.
That's how I felt with when I was learning a bit of like when I was learning some Samoan, because I had a teacher who was Samoan, and so we were doing like Samoan language skills, and it was like in Sero it's tahi roa tolu wha, and in Samoan it's tasi lua tolu wha.
Ooh.
So it's like similar,
but like still different.
Tasi lua tolu might not be fa, that might be wrong, but it's lima ono, and then there's like sefulu is 10 instead of teko. So like there's differences, but there's enough
similarity that it confuses you. Yeah, it's same with French
like
and
tahi and tasi, and so it's like I remember I was like, oh, this is tricky, but I've seen videos of kids. Like, that's, like, I would want to, the same way that we do, and, like, I think it should be more, and I hope it continues to be more as, like, we hopefully progress in a better direction culturally as a country. I really want, like, it would be great. I would be so happy if we have Te Reo Māori quite blended into our education system, so that, like, I want to be using more of it in my language if I was raising a child, so that they
100%.
would have, like, again, we're learning puku and tarangas and like words like that, but more so.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't be able to...
Like, I don't know Te Reo super well, but still, like, if someone, like, introduces themselves or, like, says a pepeha, I'm like, yeah, I know what you're saying.
I know what you're saying.
And I think that's, like, important.
I think that should be a baseline.
I think it should be the baseline.
If we want to, like our the least we can do as white people in the country that our ancestor is responsible for colonizing, we should at least it's like
at the very least know enough about
of
the native
actual,
culture and
one of the only 2 official languages of this country. So like,
and I'm trying to learn the second one too, but it's more annoying. Not
That's
more annoying. Sign language. It's base as hell.
I had a moment.
Wait, there was that one shift at work where we were just sort of learning sign language with each other.
Yeah.
Do you remember that? That's crazy. We never did that ever again. I just remember that.
Because work is busy. But it was because we had one customer come up to us who, I don't know if they were deaf.
Was this the guy?
Yeah.
He was not deaf. I saw him talking to some woman afterwards.
But we were in a moment of the crowd where it was so loud. And it might not have been... And
it was valid anyway.
And he just started using like general...
like gestures and pointing for stuff that he wanted. And like doing like L for like...
And we were... and I like found myself responding like that. And I was like, that's actually a really... it's like it calms your nervous system when you
it's great when I don't have to
try and communicate in a way that is not like it is not natural to be trying to orderly hear someone from
in that loud
of a room. Like, that's not over, especially when we have our earbuds in so that we don't get sound damage, but we also, if we have them in, we struggle to hear the person right in front of us.
There was one show when I tried to thug it out and I was like, I'll put an earplug in one ear.
And then it just was
not the other one, and it was like I left afterwards, and I had ringing in that ear, and my other ear was fine. I was like, I should never do that ever again. No, genuinely, the only shifts I thug out without earplugs is ones that are more gentle quiet shows, which you can tell. We were talking about it again in school. It's like you shouldn't be hearing anything over 120, like for for longer than a minute. Yeah, it's like, ooh. But yeah, I had a moment early this week. I thought it was really interesting. I, during lockdown, went through, I say a stint. I don't think it's fair to say that, but learning a language that people rely on and need. But I tried to learn NZSL online, and there's lots of resources for learning it online. But the best way to learn a language is by using it. And so I didn't have many people to use it with. Yeah. Therefore, I wasn't. Also, from my understanding of NZSL, it seems to, and any form of sign language, so much of it is expressions and contextual body language, and I I'm not learning that from an animation, right? Yeah, I think that's the hardest part about learning sign language, and especially NZSL, because it's I want to practice with people and learn, because a lot of it is I also think a lot of it is there's this sort of more rigid way you learn it, and then there's a more casual way that deaf people actually use it. And so it's it's like learning French and then going to France and them having slang. It's exactly the same thing. And also I in my head I was
I want to. I know. Like at first, I realized that this was a not good take. But I had a moment of being like, I wish there was a universal language that all of the. I wish there was a universal like I said. I wish there was a universal sign language that wasn't based on different countries that every country could use, so I could go to different countries and use sign language and
That's
everyone
kinda
understand
real.
it. But then I was like, one of my friends was like, that's like saying you wish that everyone in the world used the same language, and I was like,
Oh,
but for deaf people, I'm like, you're right. That's exactly
Yeah.
what I was saying, and it's not what I
Yeah.
meant. But it was like in that mind, I was like, I wish I could communicate. But I'm like, in my head, I was like, if I'm gonna learn sign language, I want to at least be able to use it for everywhere across the world,
Yeah,
because
it's like-
BSL and ASL, like, they're different.
At one point, I had a friend who was going through, he was autistic, and was going through a period where he would go non-verbal, like, more often than not. And so he was like, hey, one of the things you could do is I'd really appreciate if you learned some sign language. And I was like, oh, hell yeah, for sure. I will start learning NZSL for you. And he was like, no, dude, I have too many American friends. You'd have to learn ASL. And I was like, that's valid, and I'm gonna, like, start doing it for you. And then we stopped talking to each other. Ironic, not stopped talking to each other, but we just stopped talking to each other for other reasons. But I was like, wow, I guess that makes so much sense, but it's also like that feels like that kind of sucks for him. Because it's like then he's learning a language that he will need, but he can't use in his home country because he has too many, like, American friends and is putting them first or whatever.
Yeah, it's interesting because for me, I'm like I'd want to learn basics of BSL and ASL, but contextually, it's so much more important that if I'm going to learn a sign language, I'd learn NZSL, because then if I become friends with someone who's deaf and uses NZSL, it's more likely that they'll use NZSL.
NZSL than like ASL.
But there's a moment earlier this week where I think it was honestly last week, maybe first day of school or a day that I was stressed. I was going in super early, and I was physically anxious, like more than I've been in a while. I remember before I sat the weekend before I started uni, I felt so awful physically, and in my heart I was like, oh god, I'm feeling physical anxiety again, which is not something I have. It's like when you realize you've not been feeling a feeling for a while, you're like, oh, I had a relaxing summer, because now I feel god awful. And I was like, oh, I have anxiety, and I was on my way to the train station. I was worried about missing the train or whatever, and I was gesticulating, like moving my hands quite aggressively, and like using them.
Stimming.
I was stimming, but as if it was me trying to communicate.
Right.
Like I felt in that moment, I was like, it's like I'm trying to use sign language without saying anything actually real. And so at that point I was like, I had a moment of going, I really want to actively try and learn NZSL again. Now's not the time to start learning something when I've just started uni, but I was like, I think it'd actually be very, very
beneficial
exactly for me to have that as a way of communicating for myself.
Yeah.
Like if I can be anxious and need to like say something out loud and I don't want to talk.
Yeah.
To be able to just go like
to just be able to like say something with my hands instead of having to verbalize something.
And
I agree.
And be able to express it out of my body
Mm-hmm.
without verbalizing it. And then I was like, I really want to do that. And I'm like, I could do it. And then once I have a child, I can teach them fluent sign language, not just the baby signs. But then again, I'm like, actually, I can start doing NZSL again. I can get the app again. I can go through all my progress again. I got through like 20 hours of it, like first. But I'm like, but then the only way to get good at it is by going to a night class and actually interacting with deaf people who use it every day and finding out the different forms of it.
There's this. Oh my god, you've just unlocked a memory. The television show Skam, the French remake. The original Skam, Norwegian Skam, ended after 4 seasons, but the French remake got like fucking 12 or something crazy. And one of the seasons is about this character, Arthur, who I want to say his dad is vaguely abusive, and so he starts losing his hearing in one of his ears. And so, not vaguely abusive, he is abusive. And so Arthur starts going to like sign language classes, and he meets this to learn sign language, and he's kind of embarrassed about it, and he doesn't tell his homies, because that's the point of Skam. Skam translates to shame in Norwegian. Anyway, not the point. And he meets this deaf girl that he starts like sort of talking to and cheating on his girlfriend with, but that's not the point of the story. And it's really interesting because he's going through this thing where he's like, he wants to introduce her to his friends and stuff, but he's like embarrassed about, because he gets hearing aids, but she is just like fully deaf. She doesn't use hearing aids. She only communicates with sign language, and he gets like embarrassed about introducing her to his friends because like she can't talk to them back, or like she can't understand what they're saying. And it's like, it's just such an interesting. I need to rewatch that season, but it's such an interesting season of a TV show because it's like, one, it's this guy who was hearing and is now losing his hearing, adapting to and meeting a bunch of deaf people and like realizing unconscious biases and shit that he's like had not against deaf people, but like stuff that hearing people just don't think of that is just like bad for deaf people, or like thoughts and stuff. It's a really interesting season. And also Skam France is like shot pretty well, so it was like a gorgeous season as well.
Yeah, there was a moment today in class where I'm thinking about audio, and I was studying audio, and I was like I wonder if there are people who are deaf who want to be in audio based careers, because it's a like, regardless of your own like physical condition, people have passions and like the workforces they want to be in. Or if you were an audio engineer who's lost their hearing, because that's the industry.
Yeah.
And like so many people who work in audio lose their hearing because
it's crazy.
It's what so you I wonder how it will be to have trained your ear so well and then lose your access to that. Or what it would be like to,
it's like some dancers that are deaf. There was like a woman on Britain's Got Talent a couple of years ago who she was deaf, but she was a dancer, and so she basically wore no shoes and she could just feel like the vibrations and stuff through the floor. I think that's so sick.
I think that's amazing.
It's so incredible that people can do that we can do that.
I also think like, when I was doing dance, I'm going to loop back to the audio thing, but when I was doing dance in high school, I was like, in my brain, I'm like, you pick a song and you dance to it. It was like, and you choreograph to the song. We were like very much told like, you're not doing that. Like, you make your dance over counts. You make sections, you make a motif, you repeat your motif, you make your dance over counts, and then you add music to it, and then you rehearse that music. But that's not your dance. So like, even for the whole choreography process, like I was choreographing Forest and Fable for like the dance itself.
Is this the one you got like scholarship for?
Yeah. And then we added music, and then we adapted the dance to fit the music, because there were certain things about the structure of the song that I wanted different sections. But again, if you're I don't know how that is globally. I know most people choreograph to music, but the way we were doing it was not. But like, if you were choreographing to counts and you're choreographing to just beats and patterns, if you have a natural good tempo and you can feel the like a bass through the thing, you don't have to, like, you're following the dance itself, the performance medium of dance, doesn't have to be, you can take the music away from dance and it'd be just as powerful, depending on, I think that's an interesting thing. But when I was talking about audio today, we were talking about the ear, and we were talking about psychoacoustics. And I was like, at that moment I was like, oh, I could study psychoacoustics. Like I was just like, I was like psychoacoustics is electroacoustics is acoustics from a microphone and a speaker and processors. It's what deals with like electricity in terms of the air and the audio. Psychoacoustics is everything past the eardrum, so internally how we process sound. And I'm like, oh, that's so interesting, because it affects how you take in information based on your previous exposure and memory and mental circumstances. Like
if you're trying to go to sleep, slower music is better because it like physically changes your heart rate.
But also, if you have grown up listening to, if I as a baby was always falling asleep on my dad's chest listening while he was watching football up until the age of 9 or 10, if I was lying on the couch and there was football on TV, I'd feel sleepy.
Yeah, right.
Like it's your so again, like we're talking if like Eddie's across the room and is telling me something and his voice is louder because he's trying to get to me, and my brain might perceive that as being rude because of the raised volume, even though he's just trying to communicate with me. Or me and my dad having a conversation and him saying something and I'm taking offense to it, and we have to step back and go, what did you say versus what did I hear? Which I think is so interesting. But I also, like, past that, we were looking at like the shape of the ear, and I was like,
the snail.
That's what he said. The snail. And then he said, the snail's filled with liquid. And I go, what
I always
liquid?
think about the snail. Like I like every time I think about an ear, I'm like, the snail.
The snail. And
I'm gonna put a photo of an ear up on screen so you can understand what we mean by the snail.
The snail's full of liquid.
The snail.
But they talked about, and my dad has these. I think he probably has them with him. These new bone conducting headphones.
Oh, there's the orange ones.
Yeah. So like they sit on your bone and they loop over, and so the vibrations go straight through. And I asked him, I was like, do you know? And then the moment I had it was thinking about it, and I was going, these bone conducting headphones, and I'm like, that is cochlear implant technology.
Yeah.
And I was going to ask him a question about the new bone conducting headphones, and in my brain I was like, no, CK, you're asking about cochlear implant technology and how that connects to like hearing, and how they where in the circuit of hearing does it like transmit. And he was like, I don't know, because I'm not.
They're here, but cochlear implants are like here, right?
Yeah.
So it is slightly different.
Because cochlear implants are a internal thing that is put inside of you, and then you have a monitor that connects to that. So you replace the cochlea in your ear with an implant.
Okay.
And then I think this could be really wrong. And then the transmitter that hooks on your ear and has a thing up here is the equivalent of a bone conducting headphone. Yeah. I think is the same thing.
I think you're pretty right.
But I was like, even the bone conducting headphones have a little speaker. Tiny speaker that fills in like the high ends.
Yeah, because high ends are
that you'll miss. And I was like, but I was so curious. I was like, he was explaining the circuit of audio, and it goes through, and then it gets to the snail, and at the middle of the snail is the bass, and the outside is the high frequencies. And I was like, at what point of the hearing circuit that we have does the technology for deaf people and for people using bone conducting headphones?
Yeah, because my dad has
what's that circuit like?
Hearing aids now, but they're just like in his ear, and it's crazy how you literally kind of basically can't see them. Like, it's basically the only thing externally on his ear is a tiny copper wire, like right here, that just runs in his ear, and it's like, wow. Because like 10 years ago, you sort of look at a person with hearing aids and you know instantly they have hearing aids, but now it's like, he said like coworkers and stuff haven't even noticed, and I'm like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and it's like obviously the difference. This is, I'm gonna say this in the obviously.
I know I like want to go down an audio tangent, but like I feel like we should. I don't know if we should.
For context, I started an audio engineering diploma last week, and today was our first day of like, the whole day was learning audio shit. Like, we spent the whole day learning shit, and I'm like, to the guy who studied it.
I studied audio engineering 2 years ago.
So I'm like,
cool fact, and I'm like, great fact. I told like 6 of my friends that fact 2 years ago.
Like, we had an analogy today, the dot-to-dot analogy, and he didn't know that it was called that, but he was like, the drawings you did as a child with the dots, and he was like, what's it called? And we were like, dot-to-dot. But like, we were talking about sample rate, and it being like, if you have a dot-to-dot and it's a bunny, you'll do all the dots, and then at the end it's a bunny.
Are you talking about a connect the dots?
It's dot-to-dot. It's called dot-to-dot.
I've never called it dot-to-dot in my life ever. It's always been a connect the dots. You're talking about when they're numbered and you have to make a shape? Yeah, that's a connect the dots. Whoa.
Oh, is this a short thing?
No, don't do this to me. I think yours is a British thing.
No,
because no. You go to Cobb & Co. You go to Cobb & Co, the restaurant, and they have...
That's an American thing.
Shush, but it's Kiwi now. But look, you flip it and it says connect the dots. Yeah, look it up. Look at CK's looking at it. Our producer? No. That's a connect the dots.
Dot-to-dot, but...
Yeah, okay, if I look up connect the dots,
I did this book as a child, with my dad's book.
You're like, oh my god, I'm going to look up the exact phrase I'm using.
No, I'm going to search...
use it as proof.
Now it's the Winter Olympics. Dot-to-dot. I'm going to search dot-to-dot versus connect the dot.
Look, it's the exact same thing. Oh shit, the third link down. Dot-to-dot principles. No, am I wrong?
You're wrong.
Wait, there's a Wikipedia page on connect the dots.
Also known as connect the dots, dot-to-dot. Join the dots, follow the dots.
We're both on the Wikipedia.
I'm just reading the Wikipedia from outside the Wikipedia.
Okay, but connect the dots, also known as
connect the dots.
Dot-to-dot.
Yeah, but that's because we searched. If you search dot-to-dot, will it come up with the dot-to-dot Wikipedia page?
Let me find out. Sorry, audio listeners. No, actually, audio listeners, you can get alive.
Get alive.
Dot to dot does not have its own Wikipedia page.
Steve Jobs says you can't connect the dots.
Steve Jobs is a fucking liar. I can connect all the dots I want. Are you kidding? That's gonna be the title.
Steve Jobs is a fucking liar. Or just
This is. I'm not gonna just read the Connect the Dots Wikipedia. It's quite short, actually, but still. Because when people are like, "Bro, can you even connect the dots?" It's not. They're not going, "Can you dot to dot?" Right now.
No, because dot to dot is the game, and connect the dots is a common phrase.
Yeah, because it's from the game.
You're referring to a drawing activity for children because I'm winning right now.
No, you're not, because it's Connect the Dots, also known as dot to dot. Connect the Dots is the
dot
OG.
To dot and connect.
You're looking at the AI overview.
I am. But I don't want to.
Get off the AI overview.
I hate the AI overview so much. But sometimes I want to win an argument.
Oh, AI, I need AI to do that.
I'm going to look at the Oxford English Dictionary etymology.
Yeah?
That's what
Are we now? That's what we're doing. We're going to the Oxford English Dictionary to look at the etymology.
This is what happens when we film a podcast all the time. It's not giving me it.
Oh, maybe you should look up Connect the Dots etymology and see where that's come from.
Yesterday me and Luke was having a conversation, and we made a really great joke, and I told him he should make a Tumblr post about it, and he didn't, and then he did later that night.
Being like, I don't know how to make a Tumblr post about this.
The earliest known use
dot
of the
dot
word connect the
here.
dots is in the 1930s.
That makes sense.
It doesn't talk about dot to dot in this article.
Okay, I'm saying.
Okay, anyway. Sample rate. We're talking about, so like, this is an audio degree for free here, chat.
Shout outs.
I just like the technology. It's like sample rate is the amount of times you measure what's happening a second. So
it's like frame rate. But
it's like
audio.
frame rate, but for audio. So like, you sample rate and bit depth is they're important together. But to figure out sample rate, it's like, yeah, if you take a dot to dot, I'm gonna call it that. It'll eventually and then it'll look like a bunny. But the analog audio, so me speaking into my mic. Oh, this is so meta. Me speaking into my microphone right now, I am making the shape of a bunny rabbit. I'm not.
Yeah, right.
But this is the drawing of the bunny rabbit, and then as it goes through, to digitize it to get a sample rate, we are like making it we're putting dots along the bunny until it becomes what you'd see as a finished dot to dot, and then we're taking away those lines, and the dots the sample is the sample rate, and you can however many, whatever your sample rate is however many dots you have in the drawing.
Yeah.
So if you have a sample rate of 4, which
you got 4 dots.
You got 4 dots if it's a second, right? So like I thought that, and then I heard that and I was like, oh, that's so interesting. And your bit depth is like, I just need to complete the teaching. Your bit depth is the measurement of that sample.
How much knowledge you have to understand a joke.
Yeah.
Bit depth. Sorry, you finish yours.
I was like, I didn't learn that today. That's not what you said.
No, Zoe. Finish your lesson.
But yeah, so we don't actually need those lines, but we are losing information when we digitize things. But we have enough information that is what we can process anyway. So like 44.1 or 48, there's arguments to say you can go up to 190 samples per second, but you're not.
Yeah, it's like how
it's kilohertz,
when I was
right?
looking at
not just.
Yeah, when I was looking at getting my old band's music pressed into a record for a friend.
Yeah,
it was really interesting because records and CDs and different platforms of consuming media digitally has different sample rates that it can support.
Yeah.
So that's why people are like, oh, Spotify music is shit because it's got and it's just really interesting.
It's so interesting. It's also like, yeah, we were talking about that. It's like we will use, when we're recording stuff, we'll use 48 as a sample rate.
Yeah.
Even though 44.1 is pretty is standard for CDs.
Yes.
And so I said to him, I was like, if you were recording something, if you're recording something you knew was going to be a CD, if you knew it was just going to be a CD, because you might as well record something at 48 if it's going to go on streaming services because it's better quality.
Yeah.
But if you want it to be 44, would you record it at 44 because you're not meant to change it? And he was like, no, you at the very final step you put it through a really high quality ability to lower it. And I was like, okay, cool.
Because it's
you don't just want to switch up and down all the time.
Yeah, it's better to go down than it is to go up with sample rate.
Definitely, because you can't. Again, you're capturing the information.
Like it's easier to lose things than to gain them later.
Yes. Yeah. And like there's moments of that where the most basic things, like I didn't know until last week that this microphone has foam in it, which is it has an internal pop filter. Like how did I not know that? I use one. Like it's just like things that it's one of those things where I'm like, some people I've always heard say like, you don't need to study because you can just look at YouTube videos. Enough YouTube videos will tell you things. I do think that's probably true.
Yeah.
But also, being in a class and having a bunch of people just tell you things that about the things you've been you've had in your lives for ages, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, I know how that works now.
Yeah, like
it's crazy.
At work the last couple of days, but especially yesterday, we were sitting up for it's fine.
I was just seeing how long we've been chatting about this for.
I could have just...
Yeah, at work?
At work the other day, we were setting up for this big band, and it was like the first time I'd ever been involved in actually setting up like a big scale band, like risers and shit and hella. They had 14, 16. They had either 14 or 16 monitors on stage.
Whoa.
Like...
That's crazy.
There was like 3 sets at the front, and then there were 3 sets at the back, and then there was another set in the middle because there's only 6 people in this band. So there was like basically it was really interesting.
When you say big band, do you mean big
as in like
band?
Popular,
not as in like a big band?
Yeah, like
because when you say big band, I assume like an orchestra.
No, I mean like the scale of the event.
Okay.
Yeah, there's 6 people in this band. They're Scottish.
These fucking Scots.
But yeah, and it was really interesting because it was like a lot of stuff that I know, but like I don't really know was like they were like people were talking to me about like we were talking about, oh god, no, this is gonna get too nerdy, but it was just really interesting because it's like there is such a difference between just looking stuff up when you're interested versus people telling you things.
Yeah.
Like it's so interesting.
Like the day that I knew that I was excited for audio was when like our friend who like is one of my lecturers who we've known for ages, like we were to the front and she was like, this thing with this hi-hat is like you want really like thin and lightweight hi-hats for recording because editing out heavy hi-hats is one of the most laborious tasks of mixing like band audio. And I was like, I did not know that. And she just told me off the fly and I was like, I'm getting information. Like again, the reason why I chose to study after a year of not was like I like myself best when I'm learning things because I feel like I'm a more interesting person.
Yeah, like I want to get a social work degree, and there are 2 wolves in my mind. One is saying, bitch, you've been living it for the past 4 years, who cares? And the other is like, but like even if they're telling you things you already know, you're still like knowing that you know the right things.
Yeah.
You know?
And also then you have the confidence to continue to...
Yeah. To know that I sort of know that I am doing the right stuff.
Yeah,
when I'm interacting with the youths.
The youths. And it also will provide you with the ability to be able to
actually work in the spaces.
Continue working it, which will therefore give you more living in it education. It's so interesting.
Yeah.
Like, it is
really interesting. Yeah.
I like that what we usually do is we usually go, here's our recap of the
recap of the week. Recap. Me and Twitter lying. Now
we usually start with our recap.
It's your weekly recap, but you're lying the whole time. Because Cap is like, okay, that's fine. I'm so tired, so for some reason I'm just doing more of those.
I told Lucas that he had to carry the podcast today, but I said it with a full mouth. I said, and he goes, I didn't hear any of that. And he goes, wait,
I know exactly what you said.
Because audio processing. Psychoacoustics. What you've heard before.
What were you going to say? Normally we start this podcast and we do a recap.
Normally we start this podcast. Are we going to sound so delirious to everyone?
To be the least beautiful.
Is this actually still interesting,
we'll
or is this like
I don't know.
crazy?
Fuck it. Who cares?
Okay. We usually start with recap, and then we get into like talking about a child-related theme. I feel like we did the opposite this week, where I was like, "This is a topic," and we're just into it. But now I'm like, "But we need to talk about other things that have happened before they disappear."
So many children at Pride.
Okay.
Big gay out yesterday. Shoutouts gay people.
Shoutouts gay people.
Shoutouts gay people.
Shout out the gay people, but I have nothing to say.
I went to hit them with the Trump impression. That was really bad. I'm still in that mindset from yesterday.
Oh, wow.
Did you just hit your mouth with your mic?
I hit my tooth. You're gonna have to hear that.
I did that so many times in the first couple episodes and you couldn't hear it. And I was like, whoa, yours totally will though. Sorry, shoutouts gay people.
Because, okay, we went to the big out yesterday. I was there from, I'm sunburnt. Look at this. Sunburnt.
The camera's totally not going to see that.
Well, I'm seeing it.
Trust, they're sunburnt.
Yeah. I got there at like, okay, finish your sentence. I got there at like 2 with Forrest. Because we went to hashtag, should I say this? There's a mall that usually has one chain restaurant that we go to every time we're at that mall. It's sushi. It's like our go-to food. Recently, I was in Aussie at the end of last year in the Gold Coast for my cousin's wedding, and there was this Vietnamese chain restaurant called Roll'd, and it went so hard. We went there like 7 times. Every time we went to this mall, we got it. And then on my Instagram post when I got back, I said, hashtag BringRoll'dToNZ, because I was like, I need this shit in my life. And then, start of this year, hashtag, I'm walking through this mall, leaving the countdown, and I look right across from the sushi restaurant that we'd always go to, Roll'd mall, coming soon. And I went, anyway, I'm waiting for it. Me and Forrest opened a week ago. We went on Sunday, we went and we got our food, and I got rice paper rolls that I got in Australia, and he got some pho, and it was the best. And I just feel vindicated in my life.
Hell yeah.
And then we went to the big out. I just needed to dump about Roll'd. Everyone go buy your local Roll'd. There's only 2 in this country, but buy them. Buy them. Moon Woven reference. Anyway, the big gay out is like everyone who watches this lives in this city.
No. Whoa! Holy crap! My gosh.
And he was our first guest.
I'm
so sorry.
Holy
Connor.
shit. I'm going to clip that and send it to him and be like, sorry, bud.
Connor, I didn't mean it. No, because I wanted to say country, and then I was thinking about the big gay out.
Guess who just texted me? He sent me a reel like a minute ago.
Oh, God. Did he send me a reel? Maybe.
No.
No, but maybe.
Sorry, that no was really defensive too. What are you sending you reels? The fuck?
I pull up a reel he sent me before.
Anyway, big gay out. It's one of our bigger like pride, because February is Auckland Pride Month, not New Zealand, Auckland. Which is funny because when I posted the pride flag, like 4 people were like, I forget Auckland is different. And I'm like, shut up. We need to do our gay events in summer, even if it's going to be windy and rainy all day.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like, it's technically meant to be like a sort of music festival, but it's a music festival, and then there's also a bunch of like stalls, and there's like an artist alley, and there's food trucks and stuff.
Yeah, it's a pride festival.
Yeah, free for enter.
But like I go like the same way we go to Armageddon. I go for the purpose of buying the cool people's shit.
I go for the purpose of getting free shit from companies, because if you want to be gay for pay, then I'll take your gay for pay. I'll take it because yeah, because it's and the artist alley.
And the artist alley. And like yeah, so I got there at 2, and me and Forrest, two of our Ken, Fable had been there for an hour already. And then we hung out for maybe another few hours. They dipped.
Because I passed them as I was walking in.
And then you came.
Yeah.
So, like, and then you, me, and Forrest hung out for a bit, did another loop, and then
Forrest dipped.
and then we did a final loop.
Yeah, and stayed almost basically at the end.
Pretty much.
Because my boss was homophobic. No, he wasn't homophobic. He had no idea. But he scheduled me on in the morning because I was going to go, and that was my plan for the day. And then the night before, he was like, hey, you want to come work for me? And I was like, yes, I would love money, thanks. And then I was like, okay, I'll just go later.
And if you think about it, you needed to go to work so that you could
spend like half my paycheck.
Yeah. So, like, it's a balance, right?
Yeah. It did make me more. I was like, okay, you just work today. You can buy things.
You can buy things. Yeah. I was
buy that lighter cover, gay boy.
Right there. Show your crotch to the camera.
As I actually have to go change it.
You can go hold it right up there. What did oh, you should bring my bag over so I can show. It's on the step. This is my new bag. Hashtag Sonda Arts boyfriend.
Oh yeah, so I give Bo free promo.
Bo, you rock. I took this bag to school today, but I also have Felix's keychain. BMO.
Yes.
If you like art, hit up our friend Felix at Sonda Art.
He does sick paintings. I don't know if I showed you the album cover paintings that he did for me like a couple of years ago. I'm going to put them on screen.
He's also
so sick.
like made like a hoodie that I wore. But I gave it to my friend Felix because it fits him much better. But
I'm not over these paintings. They're like...
They're so sick. I can't, like, I've seen them.
They're literally that big, and they are like effectively
photo.
full quality, which is crazy.
And he does cool liner cut stuff.
Yeah, he just does it all. Really.
Anyway, love the homie.
Yeah,
but
Felix glaze over.
I got this denim like
tote.
It's like a tote, but it's like it is a tote. It's just not the normal size tote. It's got pockets on the sides and the front, pocket inside. It's got lesbian lining.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah,
I didn't realize
bro wants
to
grab my ID.
I would love your ID.
And I checked on some pins. I got some. These are some big out pins I got. One just says lesbian. One says eat pussy. It's vegan. And Lucas looks at me and goes,
"Your brand,
your brand,
your brand."
And I got a non-binary.
Non-binary.
This is the exact same bee that is my tattoo. I'm assuming it's like the Adventure Time bee.
Yeah, I think it's it's definitely on purpose. It's got the like kind of little face. It's got
the kind of face, and then I've got a they them ear badge, which I actually really love because I think it's so simple that it's fairly nondescript, but I know
I was sad they didn't have he him.
And then they've got
too many
twigs
of pride.
And it's got two pin backs so that it stays straight. Crazy.
Very woke of him.
And I got this.
Dude, holy crap! Sorry. I need you saying straight. You can finish your. Sorry, you can finish your.
I got me and the person I went on a date with on Friday matching flowers, and she loved hers. She put it on her necklace and said that she's gonna wear it every day, which is gay. And yeah, and that's my bag tour. I'm not showing you what's in it, freaks. Yes, you expect that.
But yeah, I get home and we are building, and we'll continue up again, but I have to tell this story.
Yes.
And we're building, the Countdown is doing the bricks right now, you know this.
Yeah.
My dad is putting together solar panels, and it's me, my sister, and me sitting around the table, and my mum's in the kitchen or something. And he's trying to put the sticker on, and he's going, if it's not straight, it's not effective. And I go, whoa. And he looks at me, and he's like, huh? And then he gets it, and he's like, get over yourself. And then he goes after making the link, and I was like, Dad, that is the best possible thing you could have said. Because the last time I showed, I was reading this, I do with zine making when I was going through those teen magazines, and one of them was like, gay marriage, yes or no. I showed it to him because I was like, Dad, isn't this really funny? I was like, that is really funny. And then I was like, do you support gay marriage, Dad? I know you don't. And he got really defensive, and I was like, okay, don't make any more homophobic jokes towards my parents because they're touchy about it, which is valid. And then he was like, get over yourself, and I was like, I like you.
I like you good.
This is good.
That is one of the things is when you can make
gay jokes.
When you can make gay jokes with your family because you're at the level where you know they'll take the joke and not feel the need to go, I would never think that, because it's like, this is my humor because this is my identity, so I can make this humor, and I know, like, I'm comfortable enough with you to make this joke back.
Yeah, to know that
I'm letting you in on this joke.
Yeah, but
So
I also
take
fully
it.
understand, especially my parents, being like, "We're not homophobic," and it's like, "Yeah, I know you're not homophobic. Please, please, I know, I've noticed."
I've noticed. I hope so.
But yeah, because I also got other stuff. But the little guys.
Ooh.
I saw you fidgeting with your rat earlier.
Forrest has one too.
Shout out.
Forrest was like,
I need to pay him money.
I wasn't going to pay him money. Forrest, we will pay you back.
We
and
will
if
pay
we
you
haven't,
back. If we haven't by the time you're watching this episode, holy fuck.
that's only a week away.
Yeah, less than a week.
Less than a week. Anyway.
But it was good.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, I'm actually shocked. I got like no pins. I have a satchel that is covered in pins, and I got no pins, and I have no idea why.
Yeah.
But I guess I got more stickers than pins.
You got the
which-
2 pins for your hat.
I got the free pins that I put on my hat,
But because I got my 3 gay pins, but you didn't get
I
the
didn't
one
get it.
that said gay porn or whatever.
I heart gay porn. That was a great
Should've gotten
one.
that one.
My I heart dick lighter is run out. It's out of gas. I had to put it on the shrine because I was like, I can't just throw this out, and Carter said he'll give me a new one when I go up to Nelson next.
Dick
down.
lighter.
But rest in peace. And for ages I had tape over it that said boys because, we're equal opportunity. But, yeah.
Legit.
I love that lighter.
Me too.
That's the duck lighter in there.
Yeah, I was wondering. I was like, which
Yeah.
one's that? The biggest issue with Big Gay Out yesterday was just the weather.
Yeah, the weather was all over the place.
Like, there were points where it was baking sun, obviously. I got sunburnt. There were points where it was
raining as well.
but the most thing all day, insane wind.
Insane wind, so bad I felt unsafe going over the harbour bridge on the way back. So I went the long way.
And it's like there was, like, I could say people's
fuck.
stands are falling over, but I'll go back to that. But gazebos
Yeah.
were having the square metal poles crunch in on themselves.
Yeah, like at one
because
point
they
we
were
were
unstable.
I don't remember what exactly stall it was, but we were looking at another stall, and the wind picks up, and we hear this gazebo behind us start to, and so we go grab it.
It
and
like
the-
fully collapses in on itself. when you
Yeah,
pull
it
back
like
up.
kind of goes back, and then kind of like my tent. And
I did
then-
get flashbacks.
Oh
I'm
my
gonna be so
gosh.
real.
And then I'm holding this pole because like a bunch of us are holding this pole, and I look up, and right by the connector, it's like kind of crumpled in on itself, and we're like, "Fuck, you guys, Luke, you got to take this gazebo out." And then when we were at the binder stall, I don't think you were here when this happened. I think, but yeah, I was at the binder stall, and this.
I was in the tent.
Yeah, I thought so. And this worker comes up, and this is at like 6:30. The event closes at 7, and she's like, "Hey,
Oh
people
yeah.
are starting to pack down because of the wind. If you guys feel like you are safe and able
I
to,
heard
you can
this.
stay up. But like, just like other people are, and if you want to, you can. No car access till this time, but like, you can pack down if you don't feel safe."
But also, at that point, it's like these people are packing down. These people are packing down. You're going to be the only path left in the wind.
Yeah.
It's not going to be safe.
Yeah, like the lady there kept being like, "Oh God, we're gonna lose our wind barrier," and I was like, "Yeah, shit."
Yeah.
And like while you were getting changed, I was like standing casually holding this pole, and she was standing casually holding the gazebo, and it was like, "Yeah, we're doing our part."
Like, there was people. Yeah. So
Oh yeah.
so many in the artist alley. It's like really condensed. Like,
Yeah.
so many stores. It's like cheaper hireage, we found out, but
Yeah.
it's like
Because you get less. You basically just get like a table.
a table, but it's like, yeah, you have all these stacks of people have their own shelving usually that
Yeah,
they've
people
stacked
have
all
the
there.
like. If you've ever been to an artist alley at a convention, you know
You know
they've
it.
got like the high ass like displays with like pins and keychains and stickers, especially on
And
them. And
There was at least 7 stands that I was personally there for, but I know it happened more than that.
yeah,
Where the whole stand just off the table, like
yeah,
all of their stock and pins, like if there were pins in like a basket or everywhere, all of their prints fall in, like
yeah.
it was
sucked.
it was so awful. And like also like their displays would have like collapsed. They'd have to rebuild their display,
yeah.
put everything back on it. And there was like the artist who you got your whale print from. They're posting on their story about how horrific of a day it was because
Yeah.
it rained.
Go support
and
Sadie's Friend Shack. And like anyone that was there, if you know, but especially them because I like
Especially
their
them.
art. But yeah, they were
Like-
talking about how it rained and they lost a bunch of product because like a bunch of like they had prints and stickers and stuff
and,
that
ha-
weren't
and watercolor
waterproof.
painted and
Watercolor, yeah,
So it's like
exactly.
instantly ruined product
yeah.
that they just can't sell.
It's just basically written off. And, like, there's signs as well, like, that was on the table and stuff, like, also gone. They're going to have to redo and stuff.
And
that sucks.
And that's, like, devastating. And then there were some people who obviously, if all you have is plastic keychains, you're going to be okay. But if you... So...
Yeah, and one of the stores also, their stickers were just flying away.
Yeah.
That was one of the artists as well.
And, like, every single... The other point that every single store we went to, like, someone was like, can I get this? And they were like, yeah, but you'll have to hold my stand while I do this.
Yeah.
Like, it was just... People were exhausted and overstimulated because every 5 minutes you'd hear someone else's stand falling over, or you'd be running and helping someone.
And especially there at the end of the day, like, after the wind had been happening for so long, it was, like, hard. Like, artists had, like, were packing up, like, basically, like, even on our first loop, artists had started packing up. Because they were like, I can't do this anymore. I
can't keep risking my like, if I stay up for the next hour, my stand's going to fall over 3 more times and my more product might get ruined. And it's like, what do you do?
Literally, what do you do?
And, yeah.
Yeah, it sucked.
It
was a good day, but it sucked.
It was a good day, but it just sucked.
Yeah, it was just annoying conditions and etc.
Yeah, but again, like, if you haven't ever been to Big Gear, I recommend it. It's totally free. Like...
It's totally free. Normally, oh my god, I hate your couch.
No, you don't.
No, because it stresses me out. I don't. I love your couch. But normally they're like, please, like, get it. You're meant to get a ticket, but it's free. I did not do that this year because I forgot
to do that.
They also have buses that you can pay a little extra for that take you from Queen Street or K Road, which is what I did last year. This year I had to park. Would never park again.
No.
Like, it was fine because I banked into like, literally someone left as I was driving down the road and I was like, get me in there. But... yeah.
You were already like 15 minutes away from the...
Yeah, it was a 13-minute walk according to Google Maps.
And if you hadn't have gotten that, you would have been...
I would have been screwed, yeah.
Yeah, we had a homie who we bumped into momentarily, and she was like, I live like on this street and I've been watching people walk down to have fun all day, and
yeah,
I just wanted to come and join. And it was like,
hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Do it. No, it's a great time.
Just, this person we found out is straight.
Crazy.
Can't get into any more detail, but trust. If you know this person, wow,
they're an ally.
They're an ally, and that's it.
Yeah, I disagree that the A is for ally, but I understood the message and the vibes they were trying to put off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Someone. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Just as as an aromantic person, I'm like, the A is not for ally. There are people that are also in that, but yeah, I understand the vibes.
Understand your point. Oh,
yeah.
Isn't Destiny's Church a band?
me talking about my gay ass boyfriend on this podcast and then going, I'm aromantic, and just keeping people guessing.
You have to keep it guessing because you don't get to know Lucas as well as I do, and that's forever. I mean, unless you're like our friends, but if you don't, which most of you are. That's weird.
Yeah,
that most of you
it's
are
like
our personal friends.
Yeah, because it's like we're not. It's not like parasocial. We're just people that have friends that watch our podcast.
Yeah.
And it's such small viewership that it is literally like mostly our friends.
But it's also like we don't have 160 friends.
Yeah, that we know would watch.
We have if you
if you don't know us at all, comment.
Genuinely, if you don't have to do that. Like, keep yourself anonymous, watch the YouTube, whatever. If you've watched this video and you've gotten
an hour and 2 minutes in
and you don't know us personally, please, you don't have to comment anything about you. Just put a cat emoji.
Yeah, or just or
say
anything you want, really.
Crazy. But yeah, if you don't know us, just say something. Cause
I really want to go through the Instagram followers and be like, do I know everyone here? Just for fun. But that also feels crazy for me to do.
They're all mutuals of
They're all mutuals or like people that people know.
Because I think that's the case, but this was like crazy. Like we sometimes get some followers on the band account, and then I'm like, oh, this is a stranger who has no mutuals with any of us. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's always crazy.
And then Forrest goes, I met this person out in public. That's a new follower. And I'm like, okay. Makes sense.
Yeah.
But still, it's wild.
It is crazy.
I like when I'm like, oh my God, I have a public Instagram that public people can follow.
I know because in the last week I had a fake account made of me to scam people out of money, and so did my sister a couple of days later.
Literally the following day.
And it was crazy. It was crazy, like the timing of it all.
This morning I got a follow request from someone, and I was like, oh my god, it's a scam request. It was just their account, and they didn't follow me. But now they
Damn.
do. So.
But yeah, no, because I was like, oh, new follower. Oh, it's a scam account. Oh, now I have to, like, you've just raw been able to follow me, like, no request or anything, because it's just a public account.
Yeah, is your sister public account?
I think so, because she uses it for work, but I don't know.
FYI, chat, this scammer spelled his name wrong.
Spelled my name wrong.
What are you doing?
Why are we copying my entire Instagram layout and then spelling my name wrong? At least do your work. At least, literally, I got 2 DMs. I think it might have been a couple more, but at least 2 being
Was that
like...
the only one that called you?
Hmm?
Was that the only one that
Yeah.
called you?
But the first person who let me know about the scam account was like, Lamau, you've got a scam account. They spell your name wrong, though. And I'm like, dude, you're the goat for pointing this out, but that's crazy. And then someone else was like, they spelled your name wrong, Lamau. And I was like, they did do that.
And I call Lucas and I go, yo, you've been hacked. And he goes, 60 people are messaging me.
It was great. Dude, people I like never talk to.
Like your cousin.
Like will message like my cousin. Or like the artist that did my now dead cats stickers for me, who I haven't messaged about getting that back. Fuck. But so many people messaged me. It was crazy.
Ah.
But it was sick. Because also my cousin's blocked from seeing my story, so he wouldn't have known that I'd posted about it already. But yeah, he was like, if this is you, like, good on you. And I was like, it's not me.
Would you get a memorial tattoo for your cat?
Me and my sister were talking about it a little bit. Because I was talking to her, I was like, dude, do you... Because I was driving her somewhere. And my sister's older than me, by the way, not important. And I was like, you want any tattoos now that you've dated a tattooed guy? And she was like, I want to. And we were talking about cat memorial tattoos. And it's like, I think the ones where you get, like, the like, markings, I think that's cool, but I don't fuck with, like, cyber sigillism, and that's the common way to do it. It's like, I would want a perfect one. Me and Carter also discussed a little bit. We sort of both separately thought about getting, like, somehow camping-related tattoos, like not be matching tattoos, but like do something. And I'm also like been thinking about it because I'm like, I don't know what I would do that would be like correct in my mind.
I feel like honestly you have to choose something that's a reference to camp in a very specific moment that was nice.
Yeah, but
and
it's
that
also
way,
like
even if the future, like, you don't want to get a logo for a thing that, like, you know, you want to get something that the memory itself is forever nice.
Yeah, but it's also it's like an interesting predicament because it's like I literally said, dude, I want to get a duck in a hamburger bun, but I would never do that because I don't like the way, I don't want to get choke tattoos yet. And he was like, can I steal it? And I was like, yeah, steal it.
You know, so it's like, what if you become a vegan, Lucas? You don't want a duck in a hamburger bun.
Isn't it more funny, really, if you think about it? But yeah, because camp births so many different like inside jokes and stuff every year that it's like I wouldn't know how to get an overall camping tattoo. Like I think it would have to be like a couple years on more.
It wouldn't be like, there wouldn't be broad enough to be about that. Yeah,
and if it was broad enough to be about all the camping, it would be too broad and it would just be about camping as a thing, which I don't want.
You don't want a tent on your leg.
I don't want I'm saying.
You also don't want you don't want a tent on your leg.
I don't want a tent on my leg. I got tent trauma now. Yeah.
The other day, sorry if you can hear the garage going. My father was like, I need a tent for Splore this weekend. I'm borrowing my boss's tent. And he goes, doesn't Lucas have a one-person tent? And I go, we don't bring it up. And he goes, oh yeah. And I'm like,
yeah.
And if you don't know that reference, you haven't watched all our episodes.
Yeah.
So, which you don't have to do.
You can watch each of these. I know whenever people are like, because I sent a timestamp to someone being like, hey, I talk about a person that you did like hearing me bitch about at this timestamp, and they were like, I need to go catch up, and I was like, you can just watch the episode. You don't have to watch all the episodes.
And I do believe that if your intention is to watch all of this, watch it in order.
Yeah,
it's nice to enjoy things in order, but also we talk about so much random shit.
Yeah,
there's not a common thing.
Yeah, that's also why I think taking the episode numbers out of the titles was a good idea.
If
I don't know if you guys noticed that.
If you notice that, you're a real one.
Yeah, we did it sitting across from each other, and it's not. We were on call. Yeah, we did it on call, and I was like, CK, I want to take it out, and they were like, yes, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Yeah, it'll still say on the thumbnails because I like being able to keep track, and also
it says it right here.
But
if you're not aware,
yeah.
EP. We're on episode 9.
EP 9.
Next episode,
double digits.
Isn't
That's
that
crazy.
Cause like that's wild.
could get our secret guest to bring us like banana bread. No, I won't get him to do that.
Secret guest brought banana bread to pub quiz.
I know, that's what made me think of it. No, I told him to bring his sexy self and an answer to the question, and I'm going to stick with that.
I can do some baking, you know?
Yeah,
Everyone on the podcast say, hi, Dad.
Hi, Dad. That felt weird.
That felt very weird. Say hi, podcast. Really loud.
Hi, podcast. Hi, podcast.
I'm sure the Yeti got that. I like that you still lifted your mic to it.
There you go. Okay. We'll be done soon.
Done in hopefully 10 minutes.
I'm breaking the fourth wall. I keep staring at the camera today, and I never stare at the camera. And I'm like, I want to acknowledge that you're real this time.
Yeah. Audio listeners get
Audio
alive.
listeners get alive.
Also, that one time, someone sent in the Discord was like, audio listeners, go fuck yourselves. That was a thing we did, and then we changed it. And like 3 people were like, it's get alive. Know your references. And I was like, no, he's technically correct. He's technically correct, guys, please.
I think, the first thing I said was go fuck yourself.
Yeah, I think that originally it was go fuck yourself, and then we changed it to
go
get
fuck yourself.
alive.
Audio listeners get alive.
Audio listeners get alive.
To whoever that was, deepest apologies, because I know you're a super fan, so I wouldn't take that away from you. Yeah, who do you want to see on the
podcast?
Dream guest on my
Any
podcast?
names that we've mentioned that you're like,
Okay,
I want to get to know
what
them?
if I read out our dream guests and if you are one of those dream guests and you're watching this, then you can say yes.
Don't we have literally 2 people on the dream guests list?
Those 2 people
Yeah.
were at the show. You're gonna cut that out.
Yeah.
At the show, we were standing outside with security waiting for our lift, and this is like 30 minutes after showing, because we were like lingering talking to boss, and they just leave the side door that we usually sometimes go in from. Whoa. And they just walk past hand in hand. And I went,
kid.
And the security goes, like laughing at me for having that reaction. And I was like, because they usually like,
yeah,
you know,
they're real people that do things together in public. It's crazy.
So we're gonna name drop them.
I know. I was gonna say. I like that we're not saying their name, but you just said we'd read out our dream guests on our podcast. Podcasts. It's a list.
We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I've put next guest on here twice.
I think we originally had him with who he was going to do a duo with, and then we moved it. But we both moved it. 4,
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 guests yet to do.
11 guests, but 2 of those are going to be a duo, I think, together, because we were going to do
J and M together.
Yes. Yeah.
Sorry, I shouldn't say
I
that.
have a friend who just has that name, so you can't do that.
And then...
But yeah, I think that was the only duo that we were going to do that
is stuck that way.
That we're going to do duo first and then solos, as opposed to solos first and then duos like a couple other people.
Dream guests on our podcast, we actually have a few.
Do we?
Liz and Jono.
Yep.
From the
Beths.
We
if
just
you're watching this, we want to...
Genuinely, we admire you so much.
We
and
admire
it
you
would literally be insane. And we never expect you to want to do that.
Don't worry, your episode could be all music all the time. You would never have,
we don't have to talk about
kids if you don't want to. It's okay.
Like, if you just wanted to hang out with us for an hour.
You want to like come play games? I don't
know. Just genuinely, like, you're some of the loveliest people. So
yeah, the vibes would be crazy.
Name drop those 2.
I don't know, dude. You're closer to them than I am, so you can do whatever.
I mean, they said they'd come on it, so Donnie and Cozy, you can come on as an episode. Because I love you both. And then we've got Shane and Courtney / Jay.
I forgot they were on there, dude. It really is a dream guest on my podcast list.
Apart from the fact that 2 of them are our friends.
Yeah, but like, you know what I'm saying. It's like it's like when we were gonna make the doco and it was like Normal and Pipe Dream, and Pipe Dream was like ranging from people who we could get in contact with, we don't want to like people I don't want to do.
And then we told someone and they were like, that's not Pipe Dream, they will do that. And I was like, okay. Whoa. We've only had 3 in the done category. We've got Cutter and then Edie and then Ben.
Yeah, just
Cutter. So yeah, to any of...
But yeah, I think if we actually sat down and talked about it, the dream guest on our podcast list could be longer. We just haven't talked about it because it's, dream guest.
Pitch one right now.
Pitch one right now. Who would I want? You see, the thing is, it's like last week we were talking celebrity interactions, and I don't know who I would like. I don't know who I would want to talk to for an hour, who I feel like I could talk to for an hour, you know? Like, I feel like it would have to be, especially for this podcast, I feel like it would have to be someone who are, like, children.
Who have children?
Or just
Or who are
interacts with
children.
them.
I
Because
would
obvious
love to
dream guest
talk.
on my podcast is gonna be Nick from the Yard.
I was going to say
Because
that.
he's a
Nick
podcaster,
Yard.
and so he's a good podcast guest. Like, I've watched other podcasts he's been on.
I think a great podcast guest. Well, I'm adding these to the list while we talk. McKenna Grace.
Oh, God, because Child Star.
Because Child Star.
Yes.
And then-
Also, like, okay, he would suck, but Justin Bieber, because he was such a big child musician.
I'm not adding him to the list.
I agree, but I wanted to put him out there.
Because it says dream guest on my podcast.
Yeah, he's not my dream guest at all.
But yes, I
Yeah.
agree. And I think I would also. Can I say Billie Eilish?
yeah, do it.
Billie.
Would you do a
Eilish.
duo with her and Phineas, or would you just do Billy?
I think you know the answer to that. Like,
Yeah.
no, I don't mean that. I'm not pervy. But I was gonna say, the answer is no. But I also want to add Ashley Johnson, because she has a podcast with Taliesin Jaffe called Weird Kids, where they talk about being child stars and it fucking them up.
That's
So-
interesting.
I want to.
yeah.
I look. You want to watch some of that, but I also think having Ashley and Taliesin.
Take it back. Retroact Nick. Swap him with Aiden, because he would
Gonna
have
swap him with
kid
Aiden.
options, because his girlfriend's a nanny and he wants kids. We know that
Nick.
for sure.
/ Aiden. I'm gonna keep both.
Ignore how much information I know about these guys.
Ignore that. I'm not ignoring that.
Public, please. I'm normal. The last Ben's episode did not have me any
Our
idea.
list is longer now.
Yeah.
We also, in the last episode that you watched,
Which is just the last
we
episode.
asked about.
Oh, I kind of
Parents.
thought about it, but I didn't think of a really good reason.
But also, no, we haven't gotten any comments yet,
Yeah.
so we have to tell bully our friends into commenting. So
Yeah.
we have.
So
We're gonna
we'll
do that
talk
next
about that
episode.
next week.
Or, whenever. So
Yeah.
we can also get guests to think about it.
So true.
And I think, like, I wouldn't want to have any current kids on the podcast, but
'Cause
people who were kids recently or
Yeah.
like had
People
interest.
who were kids
That's a crazy thing to
recently.
say. Us. Or
Yeah.
who have
Or
interesting
who-
childhoods.
Yeah.
Like, someone who.
Fuck, it's totally other people. Oh, no. I can think of, like, celebrities that had fucked up childhoods, but, like, would not be a dream guest. Like, I think McKenna Grace, she
Is
seems like a great
low-key.
podcast guest.
She's just so cool. And she's
Yeah.
literally like our age. She's like a month away. She's a
That's
month.
so evil.
She's younger. She's a month older than me, I think.
Oh.
And
So
then-
that means she's almost the same age as me. Oh, older, you said. Never mind.
And McKenna Grace has she does music as well now, but
Are there any, like, ex-Disney Channel stars that are,
well,
like,
I think it
normal
will be-
people now?
it'd be crazy to have what's it?
Because I was going to say,
I would also shout that we I had a great thought for a second.
yeah.
We have good thoughts and then they
Jojo
leave us.
Siwa.
Nope.
Dreamcast on my podcast.
Dreamcast
That's all we're
on my
referencing. That's the only reason I
podcast.
thought about it.
I wouldn't want Jojo Siwa on my podcast.
No, I agree.
But I would want. Oh, I had a great one for a second. It wasn't.
I'm trying to think of, like, musicians. I'm trying to think of... I specifically said Disney stars because a lot of them were Bridget Mendler. Dream guest on my
Dream guest
podcast.
on my
Because she was a
podcast.
Disney kid, and then she did music for a bit. Shout out to Hurricane by Bridget Mendler. And now she's, like, doing Harvard and shit. Like, she had a real trajectory.
She's done she's
She had a sick
scientist.
trajectory, yeah.
I'm trying to go back in our brainwave path because Maya Hawke.
Mm-hmm.
My ears just squeaked.
Oh,
on the
because
inside.
Nepo?
Yeah, I want
Did you talk about it on the podcast or just to me about...
some of her lyrics.
Yeah.
I was gonna pull some up.
Because the ones that
'Cause-
you were talking about that are, like, talking about how, like, everyone got to see her parents being in love, but, like, she didn't really.
Yeah,
I
so
remember you talking about that.
there was that, but there's a song called "Missing Out" by Maya Hawke, and the lyrics is like, where is it? She's obviously Maya Hawke, if you don't know, daughter of Ethan Hawke and Uma Thurman, she's been in Hunger Games. Which she's filmed for the Hunger Games, which is one of the biggest franchise ever, and she was in Stranger Things, which is one of the biggest TV show franchise ever. So she's insane. She has an insane life.
And she does music.
And her parents were
Which is good.
her music is great. Her parents are split, and she had like the choruses, and now I know it's me who's missing out. This verse: I was born with my foot in the door and my mind in the gutter and my guts on the floor. Holding the party line, embarrassed all the time. I remember this. I remember my potential before I skipped the fundamentals. Which I'm like, because she could have been in like, well, she is, but almost at like she could be such a huge star.
Yeah.
And then like struggled with having almost that nepo thing.
Yeah.
And then she said, before I ran to safety, hoping someone would chase me.
Yeah, real. We should close up.
We should close up. My whole lyric reading for the end of the call. But then she has another song, talking kind of about her parents and like hearing, like wishing she could see her parents like in love for real and not just on a screen. And it's like, oh.
Damn. Hit me with that.
With that, I think this is a good one because we laughed a lot and we're so delirious. I'm so
sorry.
so sorry.
It's been crazy, but I hope you guys enjoy it.
And with that,
I'm ending.
ASAP Science presents.
What?
It's just the way it's coming to my head. There's hydrogen and helium. Today in school, I was like, oh my god, I'm basically an engineer.
Yeah, literally, I was talking at a party with a friend once, and they're studying software engineering, and I was like, yeah, we're both kind of studying the shit that, like, isn't really engineering, and they're like, you do engineering? And I'm like, no, the fuck I don't. The hell are we talking about? But yeah, it's crazy.
Because someone...
You're kind of studying STEM, no, you're not.
Someone was like, we were talking about studying engineering at, like, Big Yao State, and they were like, you can join Rainbow Engineering. We're like, not the same thing.
Not that type of shit. Yeah.
Engineers get a life.
Engineers get a life, and now the pod's gonna end here.